Hey, I've talked to quite a number of coaches over the last few weeks that have talked about how their programs are doing really well. Their one-on-one consultation calendar is filled up, and they're getting lots and lots of great referrals. But the problem is that they can't scale and grow their business because they haven't been able to grow it beyond referrals. And this is a common thing that I hear all the time because they haven't really figured out their online marketing or consistent way to actually control how many leads they get and converting those leads into clients along the way. So I want to kind of share the solutions that I gave to these coaches just as an entry point. And if you're in a business, especially a coaching business, where you're looking to move beyond referrals so that you can actually scale your business, create more programs, maybe even create a mastermind, there's several ways that you can kind of take advantage of this success that you have right now, actually leverage that to get more and more people online. So one of the easiest ways to do that is to start documenting your journey, start documenting the success stories that you're having and putting out content on whatever platform that you know your ideal client is spending time on. So whether it's LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, whatever it is, let's start putting out content and sharing some of those stories around that. And one of the problems that I see with a lot of people's content, and the reason that they're not getting new clients, even though they might be posting already on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube, is they're going out there and being more like a teacher, kind of talking down to their audience, kind of as an expert and saying like, here's all the things that I know and here's all the things that you should be doing. And the problem with that is your audience doesn't want to be told what to do. They wanted to be entertained and educated via stories in your content. So if you're talking about success stories with your current clients or with prospects, let's share a story. You don't have to share their specific name, but share some of the problems that they were dealing with. Share some of that transformation that you were able to allow them to achieve over time with you as the guide or with you as the coach. So that's one side, is really looking at your content and stop being a teacher, stop talking down to your audience, but really get one-to-one with them and sharing stories that are relevant and kind of hit them at their core. But again, you have to be on the right platform to make sure that you're in front of the right audience. The second thing is, if somebody comes up and sees your content and really likes it, are you giving them the opportunity to kind of continue the conversation? Are you giving the opportunity where they can see even more of your content? Because that's the thing. On the internet, there's so many different options, so many different distractions. So if you catch somebody's attention, you want to take advantage of that in that moment of time and give them even more. It's kind of like going through and somebody watching on YouTube and seeing more and more of somebody's video after they've seen one of them. You start to build that momentum. They start to get to know you. And again, the classic framework that there is a prospect needs 5 to 7 touch points with you before they're ready to become, before they get on the call with you or become a prospect for you. So how can we get to 5 or 7 touch points as quickly as possible? So with each of the content that you're putting on whatever platform it is, let's make sure that in the comments or in that video, you're pointing them to how they can learn more, how to continue the conversation. It might be an email list. It might be a blog post that you have. It might be sending them to something on your website where they can learn a little bit more about you, continue reading, continue watching videos if that's what you're comfortable with doing. Maybe even joining, again, on your email list. That's an opportunity for you to get in front of them every single day if that's what you're writing for, or every single week. And again, you just start to become top of mind. They start to get to know you, know, like, and trust you as you go along. And that's where they're more comfortable in getting on a call with you and potentially hiring you as well, because you've built up that trust. You've given up that opportunity for them to see more of your work, to get to know you a little bit more. And the only way to do that is to kind of continue the conversation, having some kind of call to action at the end of your videos to say, I want to continue the conversation with you, and here's how to do it. And you can obviously always mix it up with the content that you have, but at the very least, kind of have one standard one that you always point somebody to, because again, not everybody is going to take the effort to check out your content the next week or the next day when you're putting out something else, or even sending you a connection request or following you or whatever it is. So just assume that if they see your content and they like it, give them that opportunity to get to know you a little bit more, see more of your content, and continue that conversation as you go along. So really 2 key points. Again, kind of documenting your journey via content, but also creating that way to continue that conversation and coming it from a point of view that says, like, I'm just like you. I'm a flawed human being. I've learned all these things, but all I'm doing is kind of sharing stories to kind of help you along the way really entertaining people, but educating them in a way that's much more indirect rather than trying to tell them what to do or putting them back in school where they're kind of sitting there and listening to a teacher. We want to kind of speak eye to eye with them and on their level as much as possible. So hope that's helpful. Obviously, if you have a business that's full of referrals, that's great, but you're eventually going to get to the point where you're going to want to grow and expand your programs that go beyond the referrals that you're getting. So a great way to do that is with each of these strategies. And in the coming weeks, what I'll do is share even more strategies that you can really come up to. I have about 20 that we can think about that really fit your personality to go out there and start to build your online marketing community so that you can get clients whenever you need them. If you have a new program, you have an email list, you have a whole long list of warm leads that have gotten to know you. They're already ready to sign up and they're just ready to put down their credit card right away. But it takes some building, it takes the right approach, and to get into some of these things, it's really helpful. So with that, have a great day.